peace of mind. Nidaga, hear me again expound to you, out of compassion, the supreme truth of sublime bliss. All this is rare in any world. Those who contemplate on this in their heart will, by all means, become the supreme, which is a mass of existence bliss, and attain the changeless, peaceful state. Therefore, ever meditate with ardor that I am the undivided Supreme, and attain peace. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss ever. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss which is changeless. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss of knowledge. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the perfectly full. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the thought-free. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, which is full of consciousness. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, which is endless. Ever meditating thus, attain peace. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the eternal. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the unsurpassed. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the real. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the permanent. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the endless. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the undivided. I indeed am the supreme Brahman bliss, the non-dual. Always meditating thus, attain peace. Delusion and such are only consciousness bliss. Ishvara, the Lord, and others are only consciousness bliss. Ignorance and such are only consciousness bliss. Thought and such are only consciousness bliss. Individuals, jivas, and others are only consciousness bliss. Shiva and others are only consciousness bliss. All is only consciousness bliss, and I am that. Meditating thus with sincerity, attain peace. Brahman, full of existence bliss, is all. I indeed am Brahman, which is only existence bliss. Brahman, full of consciousness bliss, is all. I indeed am Brahman, which is only consciousness bliss. The Supreme, which is full of grace, is all. I indeed am the Supreme, which is full of grace. Nidaga, with unremitting effort, contemplating thus always, be at peace. Thought, which is illusory, never is. There are no worlds and other things which are unreal. There is no such word as mithya, illusion, ever. There is no one who is totally ignorant. The Supreme Existence Consciousness Bliss is all, and I indeed am ever that. With steadfast effort, always contemplate thus, and be at peace. Thought, which is a blemish, does not exist. The world that appears does not exist. There is not an atom of egoity or such. In truth, all is the undivided Supreme Brahman. I am the Supreme, which is blemishless knowledge, and which is full and all-pervading. Until you attain that state of being, in a state of sleep without sleeping, continuously meditate thus, and be at peace. There is nothing in the least as here and the hereafter. All is the Supreme Brahman, which is myself. I indeed am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, the mass of bliss. I indeed am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is pure knowledge. I am of the nature that shines as itself, as I. I indeed am the Supreme of undivided nature. Until all mental illusions are overcome, meditate always thus, and be at peace. I myself am of the nature of the faultless, supreme existence. I myself am of the nature of the supreme consciousness. I myself am of the nature of the supreme bliss. I myself am of the nature of the all-pervasive. I myself am of the nature that has no parts or such. I myself am the higher than the highest, the supreme Brahman. Until what appears as the world disappears, meditate always thus and be at peace. All is always of the nature of Brahman. The world, the individuals, and the Supreme are of the nature of Brahman. I indeed am the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is all. I myself am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is taintless. I myself am ever only the undivided Supreme Brahman. I am ever only the blemishless Supreme Brahman. Until what appears as the world and all else disappears, meditate always thus and be at peace. Truly, the world and such never are. Only fickle thought appears as the world. Hence, son, it can be said that thought is the illusory world. Thought is the great defect. Thought indeed is the great delusion. Thought is what constitutes the cycle of birth and death and appears as the child and such. Thought only is the body and all. Thought alone is what appears as the being. Thought alone is what appears as all. Hence, son, the world, the individuals, and the Supreme are filled with thought only. Thought is entirely unreal, illusory, and completely false, like the son of a barren woman, like the horns of a hare, and ever void. There is no doubt of this. Son, though thought itself, due to lack of inquiry, appears as the world, individuals, and the Supreme, thought itself, inquired into, is only Brahman, consciousness, without the least trace of the world or individuals and the Supreme. To overcome thought easily, be ever seriously engaged in the inquiry, and be at peace, realizing the world and all that are full of thought are indeed Brahman. That is consciousness, and I am that. Thought itself appears as the mind. Mind itself is the greatest illusion. Mind itself is the beings, the world, and all. Mind itself is the body and all. Mind itself is the great cycle of rebirth. Mind itself is the great bondage. Mind itself is the greatest sin. Mind indeed is the great misery. Mind itself is the great foe. Mind itself is the great fear. Mind itself is the form of sankalpa, concept, fixed idea, will. Mind itself is the fickle nature. Mind itself is men, demons, and gods. Mind itself is Brahma, creator, Hari, sustainer, and Hara, destroyer. Mind itself is the crores of universes. Mind is all else that exists. Mind itself is the form of changing sensations. Mind itself appears as all. Mind itself is to be considered as all. Mind itself can be said to be all. Mind itself is the great illusion. Mind is like a marvelous display of magic. Mind itself is ever unreal, as the mind is ever similar to the son of a barren woman. Son, though mind itself, due to lack of inquiry, appears as the illusory world and such, if the mind form is firmly inquired into, it will be realized as the great consciousness. To overcome the mind easily and ever abide as the nature of the great consciousness, contemplate unwaveringly that mind and all are consciousness, and I am that, and be at peace. Until the conquest of the mind is complete, leave off all other activity and meditate continuously and carefully that all that is wondrous is consciousness, and I am that. Then you will attain the great knowledge, which is the conquest of the mind, and through that all ignorance, such as the world, will melt away. Has anyone ever seen any darkness once the sun rises? The spotless knowledge, which is the Supreme Brahman, will appear as the fickle mind due to ignorance. The inquiring intellect, which is the Supreme Brahman, will, by knowledge, become the high, steadfast Supreme. If the mind is with movement, it will appear as the great world, individuals, and the Supreme. But if the mind itself is motionless, it will become the blemishless knowledge that is the Supreme. Hence, contemplating constantly that the knowledge-filled mind is Brahman, which is the beginning and all, and that differenceless Brahman is myself, and conquering mind by means of such meditation, and overcoming all fickleness of the inconstant mind, and with that thought also destroyed, become the Supreme of the nature of consciousness, and be at peace. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, the mass of knowledge. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, the perfectly full bliss. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, devoid of anything. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, the motionless. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, without beginning or end. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is of the nature of the infinite. By means of such meditation, conquer the mind and become the changeless Supreme, and be at peace. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is of one nature. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is established as the nature of awareness. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is unsurpassed bliss. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which has become all. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is the infinite space. I, indeed, am the Supreme Brahman, which is higher than the highest. By such steadfast attitude, conquer the mind and become the spotless Supreme, and be at peace. I, indeed, am of the nature of the Immaculate Supreme Brahman. I, indeed, am of the nature of the eternal Supreme Brahman. I, indeed, am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is all. I, indeed, am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is not all this. I, indeed, am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is actionless. I, indeed, am of the nature of the Supreme Brahman alone. Conquering the mind by such steadfast bhava, conviction, abide as the nature of the undivided Supreme, and be at peace. There is no causal ignorance apart from me. There is no functioning ego apart from me. There is no intellect or thought apart from me. There is no mind or past impressions apart from me. There is no life or being or senses apart from me. There is no body or organs of sense apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme, ever being of this bhava, conviction, be at peace. There is no mode of life or caste apart from me. There is no dharma, righteous way, or sin apart from me. There is no good quality or mistake apart from me. There is no sorrow or happiness apart from me. There is no japa, repetition of mantra, or tapas, intense spiritual practice, austerity, apart from me. There is no mantra or tantra, ritual, mysticism, or scripture apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme, ever being of this bhava, conviction, be at peace. There is no shrine or holy waters apart from me. There is no deity or worship apart from me. There is no devotion or fruit thereof apart from me. There is no heaven or hell apart from me. There is no time or space apart from me. There is not a thing to be seen apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme, ever being of this bhava, conviction, be at peace. There is no caste or right conduct apart from me. There is no race or lineage apart from me. There is no father or mother apart from me. There is no one who is mine or other than mine apart from me. There is no friend or foe apart from me. There is no praise or censure apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is no desire or anger apart from me. There is no covetousness or infatuation apart from me. There is no hatred or arrogance apart from me. There is no honor or dishonor apart from me. There is no fear or friendliness apart from me. There is no bondage or severance from bondage apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is nothing high or low apart from me. There is no activity apart from me. There is no enjoyment or enjoyer apart from me. There is no object of enjoyment apart from me. There is no cause or effect apart from me. There is no such thing as activity apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is no body or birth apart from me. There is no childhood or youth apart from me. There is no senility or death apart from me. There is not the least modification apart from me. There is no interior or exterior apart from me. There is no nadir, center, or zenith apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There are no elements or world apart rising out of the elements apart from me. There is no change or peace apart from me. There is no power or achievement apart from me. There is no bondage or transmigration apart from me. There is no supreme or liberation apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There are no religions like Shaivism or any other apart from me. There are no gods like Shiva and others apart from me. There is no Vedic revelation apart from me. There are no scriptures or treatises apart from me. There is no sacred lore or legendary stories apart from me. There are no epics apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is nothing to be rejected apart from me. There is nothing to be acquired apart from me. There is nothing real apart from me. There is nothing illusory apart from me. There is nothing to be perceived apart from me. There is no perceiver apart from me. There is nothing apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is no triad of bodies apart from me. There is no triad of states apart from me. There is no pentad of sheaths apart from me. There is no experiencer of these apart from me. There is nothing as integral, collective, or discrete, distinct, separate, apart from me. There is no world or individuals or supreme apart from me. There is not an atom apart from me. I am indeed the Supreme. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. There is no object so eminent such as this, different from me, who am of the nature of Brahman. There is no object so eminent such as I, different from me, who am of the nature of Brahman. There is never, ever anything so eminent, different from me, of the nature of Brahman. I am of the nature of Brahman. Being constantly of this bhava, be at peace. Whatever is seen as a part is only Brahman. Hence, the Supreme Brahman is the only thing that exists. All the gurus and disciples, the world, and other differentiated things that appear separately, though they appear to exist in this manner, are all only Brahman, and that Brahman is only myself. Conquering the mind by such a bhava, abide as the great Brahman and be at peace. There is not an atom apart from the self. All, always, is only the self. There is no Brahman apart from the self. There is no self apart from that Brahman. The self indeed is the undivided Supreme Brahman. The undivided Supreme Brahman alone is the self. I indeed am the Supreme Brahman, which is the self. Ever being of this bhava, be at peace. The self indeed is the substratum of all. The self indeed is the essence of all. The self indeed is the nature of all. The self indeed is of the nature of none. The self indeed is of the nature of the non-dual. The self indeed is the undivided Supreme Brahman. I am indeed the Supreme Brahman, which is the self. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. The Self indeed is eternal existence. The Self indeed is pure consciousness. The Self indeed is unparalleled bliss. The Self indeed is all that is complete and perfectly full. The Self indeed is of the partless nature. The Self indeed is the all-pervasive Supreme Brahman. I indeed am the Supreme Brahman, which is the Self. Being ever of this bhava, be at peace. All is of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is existence alone. Indeed, I am the Supreme Brahman, which is existence alone. All is of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is just consciousness. Indeed, I am the Supreme Brahman, which is just consciousness. All is of the nature of the Supreme Brahman, which is pure. Indeed, I am the Supreme Brahman, which is pure. By such a bhava of oneself, conquer the mind, and becoming that yourself, be at peace. All is the Supreme Brahman. There is no doubt of this. I am that Supreme Brahman. There is no doubt of this. Being ever of the bhava that I indeed am the Supreme Brahman, which is all, and conquering the mind, and becoming oneself that Supreme Brahman, the mass of bliss, and the peace of remaining in such repose, is the most commendable worship, charity, tapas, intense practice, japa, repetition of a mantra, and samadhi, intense absorption. Therefore, by inquiring daily into the Supreme Brahman, with a blemishless mind, with the helpful, steadfast bhava that the Supreme Brahman, the mass of knowledge, is all and perfectly full, and I am that Supreme Brahman, and conquering completely the fickle mind, becoming oneself the resplendent Supreme Brahman, attain the peace of silence. Just as the waves appearing on the vast water are only water itself, the world and the individuals and the Supreme appearing on me of the nature of consciousness are all only I, that consciousness. Likewise, I am ever Brahman. Being ever of this bhava and conquering the mind, become the pure supreme Brahman yourself and attain the peace of absolute silence. There is not an atom that is not the embodiment of Brahman, which exists everywhere of the same nature, the all-pervasive and infinite existence. All is indeed the undivided Supreme Brahman. That Supreme Brahman, which is all, is indeed myself. Being of this bhava and conquering the mind, become the Supreme, which is inexpressible by words, and attain the peace of absolute silence. The elements and their composite products and all the world, all the learned works such as epics, the Vedas and Vedanta, the Upanishads, the inquiry into them, learning and reflecting on them and such, no such things ever exist. All is the Supreme Brahman, and that is only myself. Conquering the mind by this helpful conviction, bhava, be effortlessly at peace. Considering all that has been said as not mere words, but taking them sincerely to heart, and full with a concentrated mind in the conviction, bhava, that all is ever the Supreme Brahman, which is just consciousness, and that I am, and conquering the mind by such conviction, bhava, of the Supreme, be at peace, unwavering. All of what has been said is the truth. There is no doubt of this. In the name of the undivided Supreme Shiva, this is the truth. There is no doubt of this. What is done by the mind is what really is done. What is done by others does not constitute action. All that is seen day by day by the steadfast mind is indeed the seer, the infinite supreme Brahman, and that is myself. If you have this steadfast bhava, conviction, attitude of mind about the infinite supreme Brahman, you shall conquer the mind with such profound meditation and totally undisturbed be at peace. There is no differentiation such as mind, speech, and something else present for me. Is there anything seen in dreams that is apart from oneself who sees? The things seen in the waking state are likewise. Indeed, I am of the nature of knowledge. By such firm conviction, bhava, conquer the mind, and, abiding as the nature of the One Absolute, be at peace. Those who have the conviction, bhava, in themselves that all is Brahman, which is consciousness alone, and that I am ever that supreme Brahman, shall conquer the mind, and, becoming themselves that undivided nature, remain at peace. Nidaga, I have told you this in the manner that the Lord of all the universe, Shiva, expounded it to me. Whoever listens and understands this will himself unfailingly become the Supreme Brahman. Only those who, studying the teachings of the words of the crest of the Vedas, tread the path of the subtle scriptures and contemplate on the Supreme Shiva with love and obtain his grace, will, realizing that the world and the beings and all are the misconceptions of a meandering mind, attain liberation. Thus the great Ribhu expounded to Nidaga the indivisible peace of the mind. It is the infinite form of our God of gods in a state of joyous dance that says, "The world and all such which exists as the illusion of the unsteady mind are all only the changeless supreme consciousness, which is one, and that is ourselves." By such understanding, we can ever avoid the delusion of the mind and attain indivisible peace.